Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Big Mouth. So, yes, that's correct. EastEnders peaks at just under 3 million viewers last week for an episode. The BBC will come out and blame the World Cup, but you notice that Coronation Street's figures and Emmerdale's figures haven't been affected so dramatically, so you can't really blame the World Cup. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. EastEnders in recent years has really struggled in the summer because they really haven't made an effort. Now this year at least they've tried to make an effort. They had an epic summer trailer. Even me, someone like me who's a critic of EastEnders, a fan of what the show was, not what it is, really enjoyed that trailer and was excited for it. But why did it peak at so low? Is it the Stuart Highway his name is, the paedophile hunter? That's a really good ambitious idea, poorly executed, poorly written and poorly cast. And this has been EastEnders' problems for over 10 years now. I warned this moment would come, that people would walk away from the show. It really is just the die-hard superfans watching it now. And the superfans will do anything to defend EastEnders, but the longer this goes on for, the more of a destructive, sad conclusion we're going to get to the history, the long-running history of EastEnders. And something has to happen. I have suggested a boycott. Something has to happen to force the BBC to change how they make, produce and write this show. At the moment, they just want the name EastEnders to do the work for them. I want to see EastEnders become a compelling, engaging, gritty social drama again, just like it was. That's not going back to the past. That's doing something that works. EastEnders just mainly doesn't work as a soap anymore. Now, I have got very, very little influence, but I want to create a situation through these videos where we do bring this mediocrity down and we create something really special together as fans. You and me, we have the power to bring this shitstorm down and give the show what it deserves. The open heart surgery it never got. I said it should have had this open heart surgery years ago. It hasn't. Those of us who are watching EastEnders, either because they want to talk about it or because they feel some kind of disjointed loyalty to the show, and there lies the problem. I sit here in Cyprus after a long night in High Napa and just thinking, after having a great night, but feeling really sad for something I grew up with. I would never miss an episode of EastEnders. Let me tell you a little story. Back in '94, me and a group of former friends went to Butlin, Somerset. Do you remember Sharongate? Do you remember the night it erupted and Grant put Phil in hospital? We were there in our chalet. Before a night out, imagine, we gave up going out early to get shite-faced to watch this massive episode of EastEnders. Who's going to do that now? Who's going to give up early drinks to watch EastEnders? Let me tell you, no one. We want to make people afraid to miss it, excited to see the ending of each episode, talking about it passionately on social media. Listen, everybody complains about their favourite shows. That's how the game is played. But there's genuinely things to complain about with EastEnders. It is not good. It is not exciting. It is not entertaining. When John York came on board, we were all excited because he previously run a really great era for the show. But that's when the BBC's mentality was so different. And the BBC don't really have a mentality. It's EastEnders, just put the episodes out, just do anything. And this is the problem. There needs to be a massive shake-up within who makes the show, the creative elements. There needs to be a major shake-up within the cast. There's a lot of people there that just shouldn't be there. Does that mean they're not talented? Does that mean they're not nice people? Does it mean I want to see people out in their ear and not earning money to support their families? Of course I don't. But this is about EastEnders. This is about EastEnders' longevity. I'm fed up of EastEnders being an embarrassment. I'm fed up of the memes. I'm fed up of other soaps heckling EastEnders for not winning the awards. They don't deserve to win the awards. And I think it's embarrassing that the BBC EastEnders social media accounts always plugging for those award noms. By the way, if I was running EastEnders, actors wouldn't be coming online begging for awards. If you win an award, you should do it because you deserve it and the people want to vote for you, not because you're manipulating votes. It's absolutely pathetic. It is first thing in the morning. It's only about 8:30 here in Cyprus, and as I say, it was a long night. But, you know, as I say, we have the power here. Imagine an EastEnders, an explosive, violent, gritty EastEnders that we could all be proud of, that we could see successful all over the world. Netflix could have international rights for it because they'd want to, because it's so big. EastEnders could be an international hit and it could be a domestic hit. Right now, it's neither. What troubles me more is that it's so, well, I won't call it unpopular. People just don't care about it. People just don't care about the characters. They brought back Mel Owen. They brought back the fantastic, talented Tasmin Outhwaite. And, you know, I hate slagging EastEnders off. I can see her talking about it. And I don't comment on actors' feeds when they talk about EastEnders, the actors who are on it, because I think it's unfair. But it's so tempting. They brought her back to no avail. They've done jack with her. No pun intended. But, you know, anything they've done with her is absolutely rubbish and uninteresting. Who did the robbery? Who cares? Everything they attempt is diluted because they seem to have people on board who are not capable of intriguing and interesting the audience. Now, that's a major problem. The BBC may see EastEnders as just that pain in the arse soap, but we see a 30-plus history that's been tainted and tainted and again tainted. I'm here to represent the fans. I'm here to represent you people who are not happy with this show. We have the power to change. We may think we're just people, and what can we do? We vote with our feet. These people will have to change. I want to at least be a story consultant on this show. I don't have the relevant experience to kind of run EastEnders, and they, you know, it's a joke. They'd never allow me to do that anyway. I wouldn't even get through the front door. I understand that. But for a boycott, I want to bargain with the BBC to at least allow me to be a story consultant on the show, to sit in the writers' meetings. I want to be able to suggest ideas for the show. Now, that doesn't mean those ideas will be taken on board, but even if it's a little influence, I want to be involved with EastEnders because the original EastEnders was so fantastic, so brilliant. It excited me. It compelled me. I was resistant to the show when it first started. I always hate bandwagons. I always hate things that are so popular. But this show was so popular and everyone was watching it. Old men, old women, young women, everyone. So it really was something special. I mean, already to see under 3 million viewers tells you that people are already boycotting the show. People are already uninterested because what's everyone talking about right now? The World Cup or Love Island. Simple as that. But nobody's talking about EastEnders. People are talking about Corrie, Hollyoaks, Emmerdale. But who's talking about EastEnders apart from to be negative? I know super fans are still trying to plug it out on Twitter, trying to, you know, say there's no problems here. Everything in the garden is rosy. All the roses in the EastEnders garden are black. They've died. They've died a slow, painful death because the BBC haven't watered them. Now, that may not make no sense to you, but basically what I'm trying to say is that EastEnders has died through self-inflicted problems, through complacency. When you have something successful and then you just say, well, the name EastEnders will do the work, and slowly, what you give the audience isn't interesting to them one little bit. So we are now in this situation where EastEnders has been dying this slow, painful death for over a decade. But me and you can do something about that. Don't just watch this video and go, nah, this guy's off his nut. Maybe I'm off my nut. Maybe I am crazy. But just because I am crazy, just because I am paranoid, doesn't mean they're not out to get me. Do you know what I mean? We have the power to change EastEnders, our show that we love, for the better. It's up to you.